Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Well, I'm just laying here relaxing. I just ate a little something. I'm a little full, and I said, let me just make a video. I'm sitting here just getting some inspiration, and it'll be a year that I've been doing this Uber thing, in I believe 2 months. I started July of last year, so June, July. I got 2 more months. It'll be a year anniversary. And I was thinking, sometimes I just be laid back thinking about certain people that I picked up. Some people, you'll pick them up, you'll see them, and you'll probably forget all about them. You probably won't even think about them anymore. But there's some people that I never forgot. Whether it was a good experience or bad. I didn't really have too much of bad experiences. I had somebody that might have agitated me just a tad bit, but nobody that made me feel threatened. And there's one person I think of that I never forgot him. They stands out like above a lot of people, well, above about everybody actually. Like I said, it's been almost a year, and I picked this person up back in September, a couple of weeks after my account was reactivated. I picked this person up, and it's May, and I never forgot that person. It was such a good experience. But the day started off like it was a typical day. It was a summer day, not summer, but I guess you could say late summer because part of September is summer still. Technically, it's the end of summer. But before I got to this person, I just gotta back it up a little bit to tell you what happened before I got to this actual person. Well, I was about to call it a night because it was around, I would say 4. I think I think it was like 4:30, I believe. Am I mistaken? Or it might have been 5. It's probably 5 in the morning, but I was in Asbury Park, like a couple of blocks away from where I'm at now. But by the way, this is where I come at to chill. I like the Jersey Shore. For some reason, I like to come here to chill, and sometimes I end up in Asbury Park. I love this town, and it's had a major come up within the last few years. The city came up, but this is one of my signature spots, by the way. I've taken a couple of other videos here. In fact, my New Year's video was here in this location. And but anyway, I got to them, and it was I guess it was a couple. They got in the car. The girl, she was on the phone. She was crying, talking to somebody, and she said, "Driver, could you just go around the block? We have to pick someone else up." And I was like, "Okay." So we got around the corner. She's talking on the phone, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, there she is. Stop." She gets out the car, and she gets in the girl's face. She's like, "Really? Really?" They start arguing. I'm like, wait, but first of all, before that happened, I done skipped a part. When I first got to them, the guy that was with her, he said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "I'm good." He said, "We got a long trip, but it pays good." I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. That's good." He said, "We're going to Manalapan." I said, "Oh, okay." So, I was still kind of new, so I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, good. This should be a good fare here." But anyway, the girl, she tells me we got to pick somebody else and everything. So fast forwarding, so she gets out the car, she gets in the girl's face, and she's like, "Really, really?" And I'm looking at them like, "Oh, come on, what is going on here?" I'm just saying about my money, man. I'm like, "Oh, come on, don't start arguing now." So they all in each other's face, So the dude that was in the car, he was like, "Oh, hold up for 1 second." He goes, he gets in between them like, "Stop it, stop it." He's breaking them up, and they, are carrying on. And of course, the girl that was in the car, she was smaller. She was the smaller girl. It's always the smaller one that's quick to want to fight for some reason. I don't know. So as he's in between them, trying to break them up, out of nowhere, this other guy comes up to him. I guess he was the other girl's boyfriend. So he's holding the other girl back, like, yo, stop it. So they kind of calm down. The dude, he got back in the car, but they start going at it again, like arguing, wanting the little girl, of course, kind of shoved the bigger girl a little bit. And, he gets out the car again, holding them back, trying to break them up. So they calm down again. He gets in the car and I said, are they friends? He was like, sometimes. So he says one more time. He's like, hold up a minute. So he's breaking them up again. They holding them back. Finally, they calm down. So I knew they was calmed down for sure because the little girl finally, she put her hands on the girl's shoulder like, listen here, baby girl. So they start talking nice. But still, I'm thinking to myself, oh, good, they calmed down. Now get in the car so we can go. You're messing up my money. That's what I'm saying to myself. So the dude, he comes back to the car and he's like, you know what? We're going to stay here. They want to stay here and talk. So I'm like, oh, for real? Also, everything's all right now? He said, yeah. So you know what? Here, just take this $8 and we're going to stay here. I was like, oh, okay. But then I let him know. I said, well, being that I already started the trip, they're going to charge the minimum on your account. He said, yeah, that's fine. I said, oh, okay. So I ended the trip. I went on. I'm like, okay. But at least I got $8 out of it, and I still got the minimum. So I wasn't too disappointed. So I drove. It was probably like maybe 2 minutes, not far from the location. I guess a ping, and it was like a couple of blocks away from where I just left. So I'm thinking the one I'm gonna walk away and decide, you know what, I'm ready to go. I'm going by myself or whatever. You know how your mind is. You be thinking, you just start thinking stuff. So I get to the location. A lady comes out and she's like, hey, how you doing? She's like, I'm so sorry. I have a long way to go. I have to go to Hamilton. And I'm like, oh, no problem. Now, granted, I'm already like tired because I've been out all night. Probably half sleep. But when she said she's going to Hamilton, somehow I magically woke up instantly. Like, I'm like, oh, no problem. Oh, I'm good. Shoot. So she said, hold on 1 second. I have to go get my bag. I'm like, okay. But she goes back up to get her bag. I'm like, oh boy, not this again. I'm thinking, please don't cancel. Please. Now, when I say Hamilton, I'm referring to the Hamilton over there by Trenton, because I don't know if everybody knows it, but there's another Hamilton Township in South Jersey, like not far from Atlantic City. I just found that out. New Jersey is funny like that. New Jersey has 2 towns that with the same name. Like, there's a couple of towns in Jersey that had the same name. Like Springfield Township, they have one up there by Newark, in the Newark area, but then they have another one off of what's that highway? Off of 295, like near in the Burlington area. So it's crazy like that in Jersey. But I guess the important thing is the zip code. That's how they know which is the right town. You have to go by the zip code. So she goes and get her things. She gets in the car. And by the way, she ended up being my favorite passenger. Now this trip was probably like a 50-minute ride, which became my first ride over 40 minutes. My first trip that was over 40 minutes. And then I call it across Jersey because you're going from one side of Jersey to the other side of Jersey. Jersey ain't but so wide, so it was probably like what was it? Probably like close to an hour. It probably wasn't exactly an hour, but maybe like 55 minutes, something like that. And the whole time, she talked. She was talking. We was talking, conversating the whole trip. So that was good because it kind of kept me woke. being that we were talking. And she said that she was drunk. That's why she took the Uber to go home, to go there. But she didn't seem drunk because she wasn't talking stupid. She wasn't slurring, But she told me, I would pay $100 to get home before I get a DUI. I had a couple of people say that, as I mentioned before. They would pay money to get home rather than get a DUI. Those DUIs are expensive, I heard. One guy said he paid like $12,000 when it was all said and done. When it, paying for the lawyer and everything. His license got suspended, so he said he paid like $12,000. I was like, whoa, I see why they say that. I won't blame him. Sure, I'd probably be the same way, but I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, she ended up giving me, she ended up being my highest tipper as well, but that has nothing to do with her being my favorite passenger. Because I'm going to tell you, even if she didn't tip me at all, she still would have been my favorite passenger. She still stands out from the rest. It was just her attitude, her conversating. Hers was like, it was different from everybody's. And, she was saying how good of a driver I am and all that. And I ended up telling her, she was the first one I told that my account was deactivated before. Because when I first got reactivated, I said, you know what, I'm not going to tell anybody. I was embarrassed, but then I thought about it. I said, why should I be embarrassed? Because I know I'm not the only one that happened to. So I ended up telling her. She was like, I can't believe it. That is so shocking. You're such a good driver. You're a nice person. And that stuff is good to hear stuff like that. People appreciate you. But she was like, I'm going to give you a tip and everything. But then she said, oh, my God, I don't have my card, my credit card, my debit card. And I told her, it's okay. It's optional. Uber's policy is optional. You don't have to tip, But she was like, it's all right, though. I really want to. I want to do this right. So she was searching through her bag, and she pulled out $1. And she dropped it. So later on, later on during the trip, she realized, she's like, oh my God, I got it. I got my card. And I'm saying to myself, oh, I said, of course, I'm like, oh, good. Because who doesn't want a tip, So when I got close to her house, like right across the street from my house, she had me stop to an ATM machine. And, she got some money out. She gave me a $20 bill. So, of course, I was happy with the trip, and I had $20 cash. So on the way back, when I dropped her off, on the way back home, I was just looking through, I just happened to glance over at my carpet, and I seen $1 on the floor. I said, oh, she dropped this $1. She didn't pick it up. So because of that, she's also my highest tipper because of that $1. I mean, I had a couple of people give me $20, but being that she dropped that $1 on the floor, she's my highest tipper by $1. Yeah, but you can see I'm not the best when it comes to explaining stuff, but I hope you guys get the picture. She's my favorite passenger to this day. She's the one I always remember. Every time I go in the area where I picked her up from, I always remember her. Everybody is not like that. You're going to pick up a lot of people, but you're not going to remember everybody. But her, I remember. I guess because the trip was long, we had so much time to talk, to conversate. That might have something to do with it. She was just an overall good person, good attitude. So, I said, let me just make a video about this because I'm going to make a video. I never see any other Uber driver make a video like this. Not saying that it didn't happen. Maybe I just didn't see it yet. But yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this place here, Windmill. Man, when you go here, be prepared to pay out some money. I just bought a hot dog and this drink here. You know what it came to? It came to $7.04. $7.04 for a hot dog and a soda. You see this cup ain't that big. So I don't know if the hot dog was $4 and this is $2.04 or what, but man, it was a good hot dog. No, don't get me wrong, but man, I don't know if everybody's familiar with this place because I think these places only in I know there's two in Long Branch. There's one in what's that town? I guess it's Neptune. It's right on the borderline of Neptune and Asbury Park. Or it could be considered Ocean Grove for all I know. I'm not really sure. You know how it is when towns run into each other and it's sitting right on that corner of the towns. But I guess it's in Neptune. I'm going to say Neptune. There's another one in Brick, so everybody might not be familiar with this place, but it's basically boardwalk type food, burgers, hot dogs. Yeah, but I'm full. I went to Dairy Queen earlier, got a Blizzard. I don't know if they all, that I asked for a Snickers Blizzard. She said they don't have it no more. What? How you not going to have a Snickers Blizzard anymore? So I got the pecan cluster, something. But it was good though. It did the trick. I've been wanting a Blizzard for a couple of days now. Finally got it. But I don't know if it's just that Dairy Queen that discontinued it, or I'm going to check another Dairy Queen to see if they have it. This other lady came right behind me and asked for a Snickers Blizzard. And they said, we no longer have that. Why would you discontinue that? A Snickers Blizzard. Why would you do that? That been out for years. That was my signature Blizzard. Yeah, but anyway, guys, yeah. I just wanted to tell everybody that I'm just sitting here. I'm just chilling right now. I'm laid back, chilling in my spot. This is why I come at sometimes just to clear my head, just to gather thoughts. I'm going to go out tonight, probably get about, hopefully, at least 3 trips because I got to work tomorrow, my regular daytime job. So I'm going to do these trips. Hopefully I get them. It's starting to warm up now. But as you can see, I'm still wearing a jacket. Because this month here in Jersey, I don't know if it's everywhere, but here in Jersey, May has been funny with the weather. It'll be nice and sunny during the day, and then it'll rain at night. The same night, it'll rain. It rained last night. It started off as a sunny but kind of gloomy day, but it ended up raining. They claim the best day we had was, I think, Friday. Friday was the best day we had this whole month. Yeah, it's been crazy, man. Every week we getting rain. And then when it's that drizzling type rain, that misty rain, that's the worst, man. It rain just enough to get your car wet and to get the road slippery. I'd just rather just rain, do a steady rain. But, I ain't going to waste my time keep talking to you guys. I know you probably don't want to hear me talk about, other stuff. But, anyway, I will talk to you guys later. And if you watch this whole video, I appreciate it. And I will holler at you guys later. You all have a good one.